In 2015, this CEO told all his employees that he was going to be raising everyone's salary to $70,000 per year. Dan Price was able to do this because he lowered his own salary from $1.1 million to $70,000 also. When he first announced this, a few so-called experts called Dan a socialist lunatic and an enemy to capitalism, saying his business would go bankrupt soon. Fast forward to the present day, Dan's company not only doubled their workforce, they have tripled their overall sales, but that's just success on the money side. Dan's employees are now able to buy their own homes in this crazy economy. Many of them have had kids since the salary increase because they can actually afford to do so. His employees are fiercely loyal to Dan and his company because they're getting paid really well. During COVID, when company sales slowed, employees voluntarily took a 60% pay cut to keep the company afloat, and it worked. And when business returned to pre-COVID numbers, Dan even repaid that pay cut back to his employees, which led to his people all chipping in and buying him a new Tesla to show their appreciation.
So just one thing to learn from this video: love your neighbors as you love yourself. This is what the world needs. The CEO in this video showed this by first loving his employees by slashing his salary to the same amount he paid his employees, and the employees returned back the favor by standing with his company through the toughest of times during Corona, even going as far as reducing their salary. And we also saw that the CEO went ahead to pay back. So it was a back and forth practical love in this video, and that is why this company could survive this long and keep growing. Sam, you see, we can pray together, but if we don't love ourselves as Christ has commanded us, nothing will be fixed in this world. And that is why most countries that are very religious and spiritual, if you take your time to study the growth of those nations, those countries are not really doing too well. You know why? People have not really learned to practice this one scripture: love your neighbors as you love yourself. It doesn't matter what we do, if we do not practice this in politics, if we don't practice this in our businesses, if we don't practice this in our offices, if we don't practice this in our environment, if we don't practice this in families, if we don't practice this in our schools, if we don't practice this in our churches or mosques, I promise you, we will not get the result that we are praying for.